Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Mohammed Ali and in this tutorial we are going to work on our profile image. So we are going to allow a user to upload an image to the Firebase storage and to the Firebase database, and then we will retrieve it and display the profile image of a user here on our profile page. And also we will add the crop image feature. That is, let's say if a user want to crop his image. So first of all, go to Google, okay, and just type Android crop image library. Okay, when you click on it, then you will get these results. Here you will see this one library, which is Author Hub Android image cropper. Okay, just click on it. So this is the library, okay, and let me show you how it will work. Okay, so we will send the user to his mobile phone gallery, and once the user select his image from his phone gallery, then we will allow user to crop the image. Okay, the feature will work like this. Here you can see it. So it is so simple. All you're gonna need is just go to the Android Studio and let's come here, module app. Okay, and we need to add that library here. And by the way, this is the Picasso library, okay, which we already added in the previous tutorial. For retrieving and displaying the image on the screen. So let's just copy paste this. We have to add that one, okay, and make it null, empty. And now let's just copy this thing, Control C, and then come here and paste it here. Okay, and then click on the sync now, and let's wait for it. So it is added successfully. Now the next thing is to add the permission, for external storage, reading and writing, okay, because we will send the user to his phone gallery. Okay, so we have to add these permissions to our Android manifest. So come here and just paste these permission here at the top. And also we need a crop image activity, which is by default from this library. Okay, we have to add this, which is this one, okay, which says add crop image activity into your Android manifest. So just copy this, come here to the Android Studio, and here at the end, above this application, just paste that. Okay, so this is all. Make sure that you add this library, okay, which is image cropper and this Picasso. So once it is done, now the next step comes is, let me just close all these things quickly. And now on our account settings activity, if I show you, we have this account settings activity dot Kotlin. So once the user click on this thing, which is this change image text view, okay, so once the user click on it, we will send the user to his mobile phone gallery. From there the user will select image, and we have to get that image and then apply the crop image functionality on it. So come here to the account settings, and here, what is the ID of this? The ID is change image text button. So copy it, come here, and here we can say dot set on click listener. Now in here we have to say that is crop image dot set activity, sorry, it is activity dot set aspect ratio. And I hope you know that what aspect ratio means. That is 101. Like if you want to get the cover image, that is, let's say, then you can get 305, 101, 202, 303. So as you know, this is the profile image, so we will go for the aspect ratio 101. Okay, and we can say dot start, and we have to pass our current, which is this, our account settings activity. And also we have a checker variable. We have to assign value to it, so that just to make it sure that is the user has clicked this change image text button. As you know that in the previous tutorial I explained this checker variable when we were just storing the text information. Okay, so anyways, it will be equals to clicked, which means that the user clicked on this button and he is going to now upload the image, or you can say change his existing profile image. Now basically what this code will do, that this will basically send the user to his mobile phone gallery, the user will select a picture and it will the user will crop the image. Now how we will get that crop image? Now this is the point. Okay, so in order to get that crop image here outside, we have a method which is by the name on activity. Sorry, I just on activity result. Okay, this method. And now here we can get that crop image. So first of all we have to check if the request code is equals crop image dot crop image activity result request code, and result code is equals to result. Okay, and if the data is not null, if the image is selected. Okay, so we can say data is not equals to null. Then what we are going to do? Well, we have to get the image and store it. Okay, so let's create a variable by the name result. So we can say we have to get that crop image, so we can say crop image dot get activity result and pass the data, which is basically referencing to our image, the crop image. Now let's create a variable so that we can store our image URI in it, our image. So we can say private var my URI equals to null. And now come down, and here we can say, okay, we need two things. This is a, you can say, a string type variable in which we will basically store our URL, that is the download URL. Okay, and the second one, we need to create a image URI type variable, okay, in which we will store our image. So we can say image. Okay, it is first we have to give name to it, URI, and it is of type, as I told you, URI, and it must not be equals to null. Now come down here, and here we can say image, and we have to get the result from the URI. So we can say result dot URI. Now once we get that crop image, which is now stored inside this image URI data type variable, we have to display it also here on the screen so that the user can see that is how the image looks, okay, before uploading it to the storage. So let me just get the ID of this quickly so that we can set our image on it. So we can say dot set image URI and pass the image URI to it. Now we have this image. Okay, now we have to upload this image to the Firebase storage and then to the Firebase database. So for that, well, it is here you can see, in case of any error, if you want, you can just display else statement. Okay, you can write a toast message if you want, that is error occur, try again, but I will just go with the if statement. So as the image inside this global variable, which is image URI, the result is stored in it, the image. Now when a user click on the save button, if I show you, which is this one, okay, and we have to store this image now inside the Firebase storage and then the database, of course. So here save info profile button, if it is equals to clicked, and that is the reason that we just assigned here. Okay, I already explained it in the previous video tutorial also. Okay, checker equals to clicked. So if checker is equals to clicked, it means that the user is now changing his profile image, or you can say uploading the image to set his image down. So let's create a method by the name upload image, and let's say update info. That is, let's say if the user also change this thing, okay, alongside with the image. Let's say the user click here, okay, he select an image and then he edit his full name, username and bio, okay, and then he click on here. So we have to update all of these. So in order to do that, well, it is so simple. Let's just create this method quickly, which is create function, and here you can see it is created successfully. Now in here, what we're gonna do, let's just at the bottom we can move it. So I mean just to make the code clean. Okay, so inside here we are going to write a code. Now first here we have to verify something. Okay, I mean over these fields, so we can say when, and now in here let's just copy paste this thing which is for checking the username and all these stuffs. So copy it, control C, and paste that here. Okay, so if the full name is empty, we can say please write full name, username, please write your bio first. Okay, if this is empty, then in that case, and now also we are going to introduce the other one which will be related to the image. I mean which will check that either the image URI is empty or not. So instead of that we can say if the image URI is equals to null, if this is null, then we are going to display a message to the user to first please select an image. Okay, because this is the main thing which we are doing in this second, which is our, I mean for this image one. Okay, so anyways, please select image first. Okay, so this is all about the validation for the image URI. Let's just cut it from here, paste it here at the top. So yeah, everything is okay now, and then we can say else if everything is okay. Okay, in here I think we missed something. Okay, just control the, okay, undo this thing, else, and put this arrow, and then in here, sorry, I mean we have to write it inside our this when condition. I just forgot about this. I mean I was following the Java code in my mind. I mean, when we use the when condition in Kotlin, then it means that if there is any problem, then it will just do it. Let's say if the image URI is null, then it will just return it. Okay, return it. I mean, it will not execute the rest of the code unless and until the image is selected, or let's say the profile name or everything. I hope you understand this. And now inside this else we can, well, first of all, let's come here to our storage. We have to make sure that either we have created our bucket for the storage or not. Okay, so yeah, it is already created. I mean you will get a screen like this. Okay, now once it is done, now we have to create our I mean a reference to the Firebase storage. So for that, here we can just say, and let's create a reference by the same name. We can just say storage profile picture reference, so that, I mean just give it proper name so that we can remember it. And obviously it will be of type storage reference, and it must be initialize it with null. Now inside our on create we can say storage profile picture reference equals to firebase storage dot get instance dot get reference, or in Kotlin I mean we can write reference. Okay, also, and then dot child, and child we will create by the name profile pictures. Okay, and yeah, now come down here. So that is our reference to the folder profile pictures which will be created, and we will store all the pictures of all the users in that folder. Now here let's create a variable by the name, let's give it name as file reference, and then we can say storage reference. I mean for every specific user we will store the profile image by their unique ID, okay, which is from the database. So that let's say if the next time the user wants to update his profile picture, then the previous profile picture will be deleted and the new one will be stored, or you can say replace that old picture with a new one. Okay, if user want to update his profile picture, so first we have to check that his storage profile reference is not null by just putting this exclamation marks dot child, and we have to say that his Firebase user must not be equals to null dot UID. And also let's save alongside with it the type of this image, that is let's say JPG. I mean the image, let's say the image is PNG type or whatever type it is, okay? We are just storing it as a default. That is every image we want, that is the by the name, the user ID, and then .jpg, okay? So you can just go with it. It will work for all images. I mean it is just the name which we are storing alongside. I mean let's say you can say we are giving this name to that image by using the upload task, which is of storage task. Then we can say upload task equals file reference dot put file. Let's give it this R capital so that we can differentiate between this. Okay, so we are storing the image on this reference. Okay, but when we say dot put file, and inside here we are going to paste our image. Okay, and it must not be null. Now it will put, or you can say store the image to the Firebase storage, but we have to get the download URL, or you can say the link to that image, so that we can retrieve and display it on our profile picture later on. I mean, first of all, we have to obviously add it inside the database also. We have to store that link, that download URL. So how we can do that now? Well, all you're gonna need is just say here task dot continue with task continuation. Now here before this curly brace, put this angular sign, okay, and then to closing this one, okay. Here you can see it. Now in here, this is basically the built-in thing which is provided by the official, I mean from the official side of Firebase. Now I will tell you what basically it will do, but first let me write it, comma, now here task, and then the result, which is, make sure to write here this one, okay. Let me tell you, this angular brace, and this is the closing angular brace for it, and then we have these two here after this task, okay, and then here we have to pass the URI. Now what basically it means, now this basically means that the file, I mean this thing, okay, we are putting this image URI in our at our this reference in the Firebase storage, but we want to continue with the result, okay. This continuation, basically this means that is, let's say if the image is successfully uploaded, then now inside this method we, I mean this, as I told you, provided by the Firebase. I mean you can also check it on the official side of Firebase. So once if the image is successfully uploaded, then get, or you can say return the download URL of that image, which we will later store in the Firebase database, okay. So here by using this task, we can just say inside here, that is if task dot is successful, then we want to do, or instead of that, if the task is not successful, then it will throw an exception. So we can just say that is task dot exception, let throw it. So if the task is not successful, okay, then it will just display, or you can say return the error. Otherwise, if everything is okay, then we have to return the download URL, which it will automatically, you can say, get, okay, after that is, as I told you, if the image is uploaded successfully, basically this is checking this upload task dot continue task continuation, okay. So then we can just say that is download URL, sorry, at our file reference, I mean our images at this address, okay. So we can say file reference dot download URL, or in Java, if you remember, we said dot get download URL, okay. But in Kotlin we say file reference dot download URL, and basically this is the new latest way, I mean for the new versions of Firebase database, Firebase storage, Firebase core, and all these stuff, okay. So as you know that this project is with the new dependencies. So anyways, I mean after that, what we're gonna do is that if this everything is successfully completed, then we have to move it and store this download, I mean let's store this in a variable, and then we can store it inside the Firebase real-time database. So here we can just say add on complete listener, URI task. Okay, sorry, cut this. We have these curly braces again, and then here we can say if task dot is successful, that is, if now this time we are checking if we receive, or you can say if we get the download URL successfully, then let's create a variable by the name download URL equal, and by using this task we can say task dot result. So we get the URL and we store it inside this variable. Now it's the time to store it inside the Firebase real-time database so that we can retrieve and display it on our profile fragment. And as you know, it is of you can say URI type, so we have to convert it to string, and we have already created a string type variable at the start of this video, which is by the name my URL. So let's just do it quickly. So we can say download URL dot to string. Now let's create a reference to our users node. Let's give it name as reference, or just ref equals to Firebase database dot get instance dot reference dot child, and the child will be our users node, and we are going to searching for the online user. Oh sorry, no semicolon. Now here we need to just copy this hash map from the top, okay, which is to here. Just copy this, come down here, and let's just paste it here. Okay, so user map, hash map, first one is full name, then username, bio, and now we have to add another one which will be for storing the image. So we can say image, it will be by the name image. If I show you, then we have also we store already the default image by this name. Okay, so it will be replaced with it. So anyways, now let's just come here and we have to pass our my URL to it, which is basically the image URL. Okay, and then by using this reference we can say reference.child firebase user.uid, which is the obviously it is, let's say, as you know that I'm online by this user Johnson Parker. Okay, and let's say I am now online. Okay, so it will get that ID we are referencing to here, and it will replace it with the default image which we already provided at the start, at the beginning of this course, and we were just storing the information. So anyways, once it is done, what we want to do is to send the user to the main activity. Okay, so let's just come here at the top, and here we need to just copy this toast message alongside with this message. Okay, so we can say to this just pasted, and we can say account information has been updated successfully, value, intent, and main activity. Yeah, also let's quickly add a progress dialog. So inside here at the top, inside this method, what we gonna do is we can say, well, progress dialog equal progress dialog, passing the context to it, which is over this. Now let's just quickly set a title for it. Set title, and you can say account settings progress dialog dot set message, and it will be, that is, let's say, please wait, we are updating your profile progress dialog dot show. So yeah, now we can dismiss it if any error occurred. Okay, so here after this we can say progress dialog dot dismiss, and also you can add And here if the task is not successful, then inside you can also add a else statement here. You can just say that is, sorry, progress dialog dot dismiss. Now this is all about uploading the image to the Firebase storage, and then also store it inside, get the download URL and store it inside the Firebase real-time database. Now once it is stored, now we have to retrieve and display it, and we have already done that part. If you just come here, for our default image, which is by the way this image, okay, so we have already done that part, and let me just show it to you quickly, which is here inside our user info method. What we are going to do, we are just referencing to our user node and then the online user, which is firebase user.uid, and here we are basically checking if this exists. Then we are getting the image, and we, by using the Picasso library, by using Picasso, we are just displaying that image here, okay, which is user.getImage.placeholder, and it will display it. So now is the time to test our application finally. But one thing, let me just check it. So yeah, yeah, everything is okay. Let's just run it and see what happens. And by the way, I will share the link to the source code up to this video tutorial in the description down below. So you can just check. There are some viewers who have some problem. While retrieving and displaying the information on the profile page, that we already done in the previous video tutorial, that is the username, profile name. I guess they have some problem. So I told them that I will just upload the source code in this video tutorial. So yeah, you can check the source code, link to source code in the description down below, so that you can easily compare your code with this with this project source code. So if you have any error, you can remove it easily. So the app is running now successfully, and now let's just test it. Okay, so let's go to the profile, and here you can see I am logged in as Johnson Parker. Okay, just in case, for the testing purposes, I want to show it to you guys. Okay, here you can see Johnson Parker. Now let's go to the profile quickly, and let's click on change image. So let me just select this image. So here you can see this is the cropping feature. Okay, you can also check the other ones, which is flip horizontal, flip vertically. But anyways, let's just test it quickly. Okay, so I'm going to crop the image. Okay, and then click on this crop, and once you click it, here you will see it will set the URI to this view. And now let's say I'm going to change my name to Johnson Peter, let's say. Okay, and then you can also change if you want to do some changes. Now if I just click on this tick button, then here you can see account setting, please wait, we are updating your profile. Okay, and also keep your eyes here. Now it is still loading. Now let's just go to Firebase storage and see, refresh the Firebase storage page. Let's check if the image is stored in the storage or not. Then we can check the database also. Okay, so profile picture folder is created. Okay, you have seen that. Now you can just go inside this profile pictures, and here we have this image which is uploaded successfully to the Firebase storage. If you just click on it, then you will see this image, the crop image. Okay, and now it is not yet come here to the database. It is still updating. But wait, one thing which I remember. Okay, let's just copy this. Okay, so that we can see if it is updated or not yet. Just copy it, Control C, and paste it here, and it is still the previous picture. It is still loading. It is not saved to the database, and we have to check what is the problem. So let's just come here to the code, and the code works up to here. Okay, which is .put the file. Okay, inside at the Firebase storage reference. Common task URI. This code is still not. It is not working because it's still loading and not save the result inside the database. The URL and the information that we changed. So anyways, let's just check it. First of all, let's just cut this progress dialog. Okay, and we can just we can just paste it here after checking this text field. Okay, if this is okay, and inside in this else statement at the top we can just paste it. Okay, now if the task is successful, first of all we also at the bottom, we have to finish it, so you can say progress dialog dot dismiss. Sorry. So basically here we commit a mistake. Now if I show you, what does the error is basically here we just put by mistake this curly brace alongside with this add-on complete listener, and which was not, instead of this we used to write the braces. Let me just cut this code. Okay, this if statement and this else statement, cut this control X. Now first let's make this thing correct. Now here instead of, you can see it ends here. Okay, first let's just remove this one and put this brace. Okay, and also let's just put this brace, not the curly braces. Okay, now here you can see it, these braces, which is not the curly braces. Okay, now the next thing is here inside it we can paste our code, which is the if else condition. Okay, now it will work fine. Now we have already had this progress dialog if everything is okay, and yeah, let's just test the application quickly. Hopefully this time it will work, because that was the problem which caused, which caused our app to not proceed from this step. Okay, that is, it just stuck here and just continuously loading. So anyways, we will now see. So the app is running now successfully. Let's go to the profile, Johnson Parker, edit profile, change it, and now let's just choose an image. Now you can just crop it, and here we got our image. Now let's just do some changes also here so that we can see if everything is working or not. Okay, so Johnson Peter. Now let's just click here, account settings, please wait, we are updating. Also let's just come here, and here you can see it. Wow, this is incredible. It is working now, Johnson Peter. Okay, and if you want to check, to verify, also let's just come here, refresh this page, and also until it is refreshed, let's just copy this image URI also. Okay, which is changed. You will also see it how it works. Copy it so that we can see the image basically also from here. Okay, now once it is refreshed, now let's just paste it quickly, and here we got this image. Okay, so it is now here at this destination. If you just click it, you will see it. So yeah, this is really cool, this is incredible. Wow. Now if you just come back to the app, then here you can see it. This is incredible. Here you can see it, it is working fine.